Yo, what is up guys, it's your boy KPR, and today I'm making a video on why the Riot shield needs a buff. Also, you'll see in the clips that there is an enemy that keeps letting me kill him for some whack ass reason. I would get it if I had polyatomic camo on, since you have to get kills from behind, but I had my Orion camo on instead. So anyways, I have a few suggestions on how they could buff it. First thing they could do is revert the change from Season 1 Reload, where they nerfed it by lowering the damage and making it a 3-hit kill instead of 2. They also buffed the hit rate a bit, but nothing to not notice a huge nerf. The reason they nerfed it in the first place was to deter overkill users from using the Riot shield, but the problem is that overkill users only use it on their back and never really pulled it out anytime. So an easy fix to this was to not let overkill users use the Riot shield, or by adding actual cons to the weapons. So basically making it so you take only 2 to 3 attachments in order to deter overkill users. This has been a huge problem even in the older CODs. The one I remember it starting to be a big problem was in Ghost, with people taking the M60 thermal and Riot shield combo. This would be accompanied by C4 or Claymore depending on which game mode they are playing. An easy fix would have been to nerf overkill in all these iterations, but of course they nerfed the Riot shield instead because they feel like cucking people. I've been trying to complete the Riot shield challenges where you have to get kills with the mastery camos, and it has been nothing but hell since I started, like near the end of Season 2 or the beginning of Season 3. I dropped the game for a bit since it's kind of stale, but I recently just came back to it since they were gonna add the voice stuff and I want to check it out in Resurgence. So the reason why I dropped it for a bit was because there's barely any game modes to play. I like playing more competitive objective based game modes such as Demolition, Capture the Flag, and Control. There are a few other game modes I like, but playing only 3 game modes on rotation could get boring after a week of playing the game. In Modern Warfare 2019, I stopped playing it once they decided to focus more on Warzone, which of course was way after the life cycle of the game was over. I did play Cold War and Vanguard for a bit, but they were pretty boring games in my opinion. Alright, so I'm losing track here. Anyways, another buff they could add to the Riot shield is by making it bigger, because there have been many times where I have been able to hit other Riot shield users on the head by just jumping, and other players have been able to kill me while shooting at my Riot shield itself. I'll play with this clip right now. There was another clip I wanted to show, but it kept being like laggy for some whack ass reason. Anyways, I wish my other teammate got murked before me or after I checked the kill cam, but either ways you can tell the hitbox is fucked up because right there you saw I was looking straight at him and I still got killed. The raise of the Riot shield needs a huge buff, and it's definitely competing with the World War II Calvary shield with being the worst iteration of the Riot shield of all time. I used to be able to pull off insane feats with it, but due to the radius being wonky as fuck, it's much harder to pull off in the game. So I believe another buff, or that's another buff they could give it. Another thing they could do is to remove the Q they make the Riot shield have. So basically it queues up at least 1 hit after you're first if you're spamming the melee button, but it can queue up as much as 2 times, which one on its own is already annoying because you're not able to sprint or move much during that melee unless it hits someone. I also kind of want them to add attachments to it, but it could probably get out of hand like it did in Ghost. But I honestly don't think it was as bad as people make it out to be, but that's just in my opinion. I just want to have an attachment to hit faster or help out the shield in a way they could add an attachment to make the radius bigger, but it makes you 5 to 10% slower. They can also add the jammer again. I know it wasn't useful, but it should make it so it disrupts all equipment for the first 5 to 10 seconds it comes in contact with. And after it's done, it'll get jammed again 20-30 seconds after. There has to be a cooldown for this because in Modern Warfare 2 there's a huge equipment spam, and of course I still want it to be like good, but I don't want it to annoy the trophy systems because too many people spam just frags, semtexes, molotovs. It's just really annoying a lot of the time. I believe that these changes will add good buffs to it and make the Riot Shield viable. I still like using the Riot Shield, but I have to sweat so hard in order to use it, so it's just annoying just trying to enjoy the Riot Shield. Like, I'm still trying to do the challenge, I still haven't completed it just because it's that much of a hassle having to get 3 hits on the target before being able to kill them. And there have been so many times where a bunch of my teammates just steal the kill. Like, I get 2 hits and boom, they just take it. So that's just annoying me. So I just drop it for a bit, just use a different weapon that I have fun with, like the crossbow. So anyways, let me know what you guys think of this and if they should revert back the nerfs, because I sure think they should. And there should definitely be a nerf for overkill and not letting people use a Riot Shield with it and making them have less attachment on both weapons. With that being said, I hope you guys have a good day and stay safe. Later.